Hey, how's it going? First and foremost, I do want to say Happy New Year's to all of you. I genuinely appreciate the support from all of you guys out here that have supported the channel over the years, and without your support, I would not be able to do these videos. So with that out of the way, let's go ahead and talk about what we're going to be discussing today. We are first going to talk about the support team because over there, the tech support actually responded to a player's message. Not only that, but I'm also going to be discussing some newer bugs that just popped up, and we're going to get into a lot of this in today's video. So with that being said, let's go ahead and dive right into this. Let's start off by talking about the tech team's response. There was a message that I did see about a couple of days ago by a user named Gabriel. This user asked a really interesting question about the Trauma Team Arcade. What it says right here, I just hope they make the Trauma Team Arcade game easier because even if you kill every enemy and don't die a single time, the points are not enough for first place. This right here was a comment from one of my previous videos. So what I did was I kind of looked around to see if there was a response to this. If you take a look at the image down below, this is a response from one of the tech support members by saying, "Hi, thank you for reaching out. There is a way to beat the score if you need." And then it has a link. Oh boy. So right here, 2 months ago, this user had received a response from one of the tech support members that had said that exactly and left a link as well. And so to me, it felt like a really weak response, but maybe these tech support members are not allowed to say too much, which would be completely understandable. So with that information to the side, let's go ahead and continue onwards. What we are going to be doing today is taking a look at some bugs as well as some major game-breaking bugs as well. Yet I would like to actually throw something out here first and foremost. I do not hate Cyberpunk at all. This is just a video to inform you about some bugs, and hey, maybe there's something here that you are experiencing as well. And with that being said, let's go ahead and take a look at some of these bugs. What we are going to do first here is take a look at some posts that were made over at CDProjektRed.com. We are going to then head over towards the forums, tap on technical, and if you look down below, we're going to take a look at bugs after patch 2.1. Now, if you have watched one of my previous videos, this right here might sound quite familiar because it really is. I have went over this, but this time there are more responses, with there being 528. And 58,000 views. So now if we dive right into this post, we can also see a few other responses, but right here, this one was made by IX Thunder 4. This user replied with, "When I go to Kabuki Netrunner in the Breathless mission to get the Erebus weapon or the Militech Kanto MK6, when I get close to the Netrunner, the mission How Could You Do This To Me is activated, the mission where you raid Max Tac Convoy to rescue Songbird. If you decide to side with Reed. I already did the mission, otherwise I couldn't have the mission to talk to the Netrunner to get the weapons from the Black Wall." There appears to be quite a few quests that are kind of messed up after the latest update 2.1. This right here is an issue, as well as a few of you out here have been experiencing some things with the Phantom Liberty DLC, so I don't know really what's going on with these patches and why certain things are kind of messed up. Yet hopefully this next patch will fix some things, and if you guys did not see one of my previous videos about like 3 weeks ago, I informed you that there will be another update, and yeah, it's definitely coming, we just don't know when. Continuing on, we're going to take a look at some more things going on with some of the quests. For example, this user named Pliscards had this to say, "Just wanted to say that the game is still awesome, but this is the worst state it has ever been in for me, including launch. I played through Phantom Liberty at release with 0 issues. I started a new playthrough this morning and after about 4 hours, I've had 2 hard crashes, a bunch of weird clipping, and I'm also randomly dropping through the floor of stuff at times. Not good. Hopefully patches are on the way." So yeah, again, I don't know why quests right now are just so jacked up, including Phantom Liberty, but yeah, it's happening. And so for the update, this eventually will arrive sometime soon. I will assume it may happen possibly tomorrow or even Wednesday, just to kind of throw something out there. Of course, take that with a grain of salt, but that's my best guess. But let's go ahead and move on. Moving onwards here, we're going to talk about some PS5 issues because this user by the name of Real Raincoat had this to say. "Hi, some issues observed on PS5. In the Mega Building H10 apartment, when you have changed the makeover, the original paint texture is now clipping with the new one on the vending machine and the bed. Can no longer use bed since I have invited my romance in the apartment. Can no longer open and close the window store Mega Building H10 apartment. No more water drop effect while using the shower in the Mega Building H10 apartment. On the map, all the filter custom list is turned off at each launch. There is sometimes some visual glitches with the comparison tool on the inventory menu. The equipped weapon is not showing, or the compared weapon window is appearing on the background. Once after a fight, I have looted a few weapons, but nothing appeared in my inventory. It was purple and orange ones, so not broken ones. Some weird saturated TV sounds can sometimes be heard in Judy's apartment, for example. Also, looks like there is some missing assets on the street, like near Judy's apartment. There is a big shadow, but it's empty. And seems like there are more NPC issues than before. Floating in the air, stuck on the ground, seating on the invisible benches, etc. Okay, so for some of these I have experienced quite a lot. For example, the bottom one with the NPCs is probably the most common issue I'm sure a lot of you are experiencing as well. It's just these random NPCs that are floating, or they're just randomly in the road for no reason. I noticed this right away when 2.1 arrived, and I was thinking, what the heck's going on? Because you would randomly see an invisible car with the person driving in it. It was just ridiculous. I've also heard some people out here have experienced invisible rides, which is pretty common as well apparently, but we'll get into some of these issues later on. Continuing on, we're going to take a look at another user reporting quite a few bugs here. This is a user named PorkyMate over at CDProjektRed. This user had this to say. Number 1, when escaping Konpeki Plaza with Jackie inside Delamain during the heist, you can't see outside the window of the car, it's pitch black. This is after shooting the drones. Number 2, when talking to the doll named Sky in the automatic love quest, as she lays down, you can no longer see the walls of the room, they also become pitch black. Number 3, another bug I found during automatic love was Johnny spawning in front of Tom in the VIP area, rather than by the door. Looking away made him despawn, and once the conversation with Tom was over, Johnny spawned in his normal spot by the door. Number 4, when doing Big in Japan quest and you arrive on location and you didn't do Regina's gig, Shark in the water yet, she will call you as you get there, and it seems to prevent the animal enemy dialogue from triggering, making them just stand still and do nothing. Number 5, I pre-ordered Phantom Liberty, but the lottery thing or whatever is not texting V that he won a car. This is a fairly recent bug. It pops up fine if I load old saves, but new playthroughs doesn't trigger it anymore after the prologue. Now, I'm not going to continue on here and read number 7 or 8 or number 9 because they're not bugs. They have nothing to do with bugs. And so yeah, again with these quests, for example, number 4 with Big in Japan quest, apparently it's also bugged with Regina, I guess. I don't know. Things are just weird here, and there's also some issues with automatic love apparently. So if you have been experiencing those issues, let me know down below. Moving along here, we have an issue specifically for Steam Deck. So what we see right here is a user by name Moose, and this is what he had to say. On PC with the controller, more specifically while playing on Steam Deck using the classic control preset, air dashing broke with 2.1. When double jumping and performing a dash in any direction, V now stays crouched after landing. This makes air dash movement clunky and can sometimes induce an unintended slide. I've got no mods installed or any other funky add-ons for this game to give it any erratic behavior. This right here is not the first post I've actually seen of someone saying, hey, I'm having some issues with Steam Deck, and I know if you're on console, you're probably like, this does not concern me, I don't care. Okay, well, you're kind of right. Well, to be honest, you're absolutely right. You're on console, so why does this concern you? It doesn't. It doesn't at all. But for you guys on Steam, this is probably annoying, and hopefully it's something that will be resolved. Moving along here, we're going to take a look at a few Reddit posts because this user named XCFroggy had this to say. Game breaking bug. Around the time I started the mission, Bird with Broken Wings, I keep insistently having the game go completely black, except for the floating icons, you know? At very random and frequent intervals. It's so bad to the point where it's game breaking. Anyone else have this? PS5 newest update. Oof, I read that roughly there. But yeah, apparently there's a lot of pitch black issues, and apparently in this case, the whole screen is going completely black. And last but not least, we're going to check out this post right here by a user named Subanonymous. And this is what he had to say. 2.1 bugs that annoy me. Hey, I've been experiencing a ton of bugs in the new 2.1 update. Some are tolerable, like the radio remaining turned on when out of the car, but there are also a lot of new bugs introduced that annoy me a lot. Do you guys experience these too? My custom filter for the map resets every time I open the game. V holds a katana when looking in the mirror. I tried stashing the katana, but he's still holding it. There's only one finisher animation. This kind of sucks as a melee player. A small one, but the water from the shower head stops flowing after a while. Custom keybinds doesn't seem to work. This might be intentional, but the mirror from the abandoned house in Dogtown doesn't show V's reflection. V tends to slide when dashing. Most of these bugs are not game breaking, but it kind of ruins the immersion for me. Hope they get fixed soon. And yeah, absolutely. Some of these bugs are not game breaking at all. Absolutely not. But some of these are just some real painful ones. For example, pitch black issues, or if you're not able to continue on with the campaign. Yeah, those are completely broken. But the whole point in this video is to inform you about these bugs and potentially kind of spread some sort of awareness so that we can get these issues fixed and have a really solid patch. So with that being said, I hope you guys have enjoyed the video, and if you have, make sure to give this video a thumbs up. If you have any questions, comment down below, as well as tell me any bugs that you may have experienced as of late. And with that information to the side, again, I just want to say have a happy new year, everyone. Thank you for the support, and I'll see you all in the next video.